Hello, my friends. My name is Sith. Welcome to the new portal for upright men and women. Stay with me as we continue on our journey to true enlightenment and bear just one thing in mind. I take no Sith. I just keep Sith real. Guys, you all know that I don't do gossip. I try to keep this channel as intellectually oriented as possible. Of course, as you know, sometimes me get a bit flippant, yes, but for the most part, I try to keep it tasteful and classy. And one can't have a tasteful and classy channel and you have your topic as Rosalee. Well, not if you're going to praise her or see her as anything worth praising. And unfortunately, I have to bring up Rosalee as the current topic because of certain things that has now come to light. Rosalee beat up her mother yesterday, leaving her with a sprained wrist, a cut on her temple, and a cut on her forehead, according to what I'm hearing. And she did it live while broadcasting live on TikTok to hundreds or perhaps even thousands of people. But let me say this. I am not raising this topic because of some need to sensationalize in any way, shape, or form the actions of such an individual. But due to the fact that there are so many lessons to be learned from the antics of this individual over the many years, I would just like to put in my half pound and tell the world exactly who is responsible for what Rosalee did to her mother. But stick up in for a moment. For those of you who don't know who Rosalee is a TikToker. I hear that she lives in Seaview Gardens, Kingston 11. And this is her. She is one of the sickest, one of the saddest, one of the most despicable and depraved human being you can ever meet. And if you are here now thinking differently from my opinion, then this channel is definitely not for you. The question is, and this is a sociological issue, and I'm going to look at this matter from a sociological standpoint. But having a postgraduate diploma in occupational psychology, while still cannot calling myself a psychologist, I think I have done some training into how people's minds work and the outside, or should I say external influences that causes human beings to behave in certain ways. Now guys, I'm going to tell you who to be blamed and why the way she behaved, why it will never stop. Rosalee is loud. She's vulgar. She has zero social skills, zero manners, zero respect for herself, no respect at all for anybody else. In Jamaica, we would say she yaga yaga, and we would call her a jagabat. She knows zero about proper etiquette, manners, principle, dignity, self-respect, pride. She has the social skills of a Tasmanian devil, one of the most despicable creatures on earth. She talks loud, she talks boisterous, she is cantankerous, quick to cuss and fight, has no respect for law and order, and is extremely violent. As a matter of fact, Rosalee don't even sound like somebody in her real life. She sounds like something that Hollywood make up. But it gets worse.
Good blood clot pussy. Cause y'all do breast and y'all do bottom one. So don't you so good.
Yeah.
When the boy fuck me have the blood clot fall, him can't complain. I've said good right true.
Some people have all of those mannerisms, but them good for look pan. But Rosalee never good for look pan, or to hear, or to listen to. This is the ultimate example of an individual with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. But here's the thing, that is what has made her life a success. That is what is bringing in the money for her. Sad to say, but it's true. And I'm going to explain all of that for all you who are willing to listen. But first, please remember about Be a Good Tune. Nah, stop say it. It is an evening when you can sit together with a group of people in an area where nobody like Rosalee no dede. When last have you been in such a crowd? Well, this is an evening, Sunday the 14th of December. That's not Sunday here, the other Sunday. Where you can listen to me playing. Yeah man, I'm a Raytone selector, former Raytone selector. I've got my own sound system. And me, I go play for Uno. And you know the reason why I call it Be a Good Tune is because of Be a Good Tune me I go play. Be a Good Tune me I go play. Me not play none of them ya. Because them ya our Rosalee listen to. Me I go play some of them ya. All of them ya. Plus everything will look like them ya. Because these are the music that good people listen to. So you'll be sitting in a group of decent people just watching the Sunday, just listening to guys like Curtis Mayfield, Benny King, Chuck Jackson, Brooke Benton, Jerry Butler, Billy Stewart, The Drifters, The Dells, Wilson Pickett, The Platters, Blue Magic. Plus, of course, there'll be a lot of Jamaican artists. Come and let me entertain you. Sunday, December 14th. Text me for directions. Anyway, let me get back to that individual them call Rosalee. You don't know why Rosalee go on so? There are a set of people who thinks that Rosalee is the hottest thing since sliced bread. When she go on and she skin out her eye and she cuss the dirty bad word and twist up her mouth and look like Jabba the Hutt, people feel very entertained and they love it and they lap it up and send money and give her. One source has told me that people have set up a system where every month X amount of money comes out of their account and go into Rosalee's account on a monthly basis. That's one. And then there are people who will just see her behave bad. And the more she behave bad and act like a blasted Wolverine, is the more money them send. So, here there are two things at play. And let us begin with Rosalee herself. She is an extremely conceited, narcissistic, self-assured individual. She likes being the center of attention. And she find out that there are lots of people across the world who the more she behave like an old jagabat is the more money she gets. And the more money she gets is the worse she behave. So it is a system that feeds in itself exponentially. She cuss and go on bad and more dollars come in and her fan base rises. So all the dirty jagabat them across the world who are just like her are fueling her to do everything that she does. There are many times that she has beaten her mother in the past. It's not the first. Here is another incident taken from February this year. That was 11 months ago. And this was one of the few times when it was caught on camera. Take a listen.
When me come by here, come ever tell you that. When me ever come here, come tell you that. She can have a blood clot read. When me ever come here, come tell you that. Eh? When me, I ever give me my bag, me not ask you. Me not ask you. When me come, when me... That your business that. Me never come tell nobody that pan ya. And the girl and the people that talk about it, and me never blood clot come here, come hold the argument. Me not hold the argument, me not deny no. When girl run with statement for you, make girl run with statement for you. Move your blood, hey woman, move. Move your blood clot from us, hey move.
June!
And look, now, would you like to guess how many likes she get after busting her mother's ass? She got 641 likes. 641 likes for bust her mother's ass. And this was in February of this year. And there may have been other times when she had done it before. And any time that you see that her viewership is going down or her financial contributions are getting less, she do something more outrageous each time. For example, she busts her kid's ass while the world watches. She beat her sister. I know she have a younger sister. And she beat her sister on camera in front of the world. She even come out and in front of the world and talk every one of her bedroom antics with her former boyfriend stroke baby father. I think his name is Jakes. Now, when all of them jagabat people there across the world who encourage the slackness and have been encouraging the slackness all these years and fund the slackness, and them now are going to come out and say she ran to beat her mother last night. Them is a set of hypocrite. They are loving it. They are voyeurs. They suffer from something that we don't have a name for in English. But in German, they have a name for it called Schadenfreude. And Schadenfreude is about people getting pleasure and happiness and excitement from watching other people being hurt and suffering. Yeah, see, me know a big word, you know, Schadenfreude. All them people they attack, none of her fans are going to leave because they want to stay on as voyeurs to see what worse Rosalee can do. Because that's what they are there. That's what they love. Nastiness attracts nastiness. All of them who come out and condemn her, them just can't wait for she come back online. And they are the reason why she busts her mother's ass. Because they encourage the slackness and have always been encouraging it, and it will never stop. So don't let them people tell about them vex with Rosalee. They will never vex with her. Not one simple one of them is going to cancel their subscription to her channel. Not one of them. Nobody who is giving her money is going to stop. Nobody who has been watching her will stop watching her. Because by their very nature, this is what they are. And they see her as a reflection of themselves. By the way, stick a pin. The mother where she beat, her mother. By the way, you don't realize her mother look younger than her? Me couldn't believe her mother that when me see the picture because her mother look younger than her. And 10 times more attractive. In every sense of the word. But other family, they seem to be a traumatized family. They seem to be a very dysfunctional family. Why I say this? Because the mother have her own TikTok account. And guess what is the mother's handle on TikTok? Her mother name, wait for it, Tight Hole Laverne. Yes, that's what she's on TikTok as, Tight Hole Laverne. No people, that don't lie me I tell. Trust me. But you know something I'm wondering, and work with me here people. Work with me. Sometimes the way Rosalee behaved, I wonder if in case some of the things she does are just staged to get more attention. Had that ever crossed anybody's mind? Because in all honesty, at no time during any of the beatings have we ever actually, well, I don't know if there are some, but we only hear say lick a drop. And we have to use the imagination. We have never actually seen lick a drop. And they could tell the picnic them say, when they hear we are going, so scream and go on. And the kids can scream on cue, can't it? Follow the script. Even the thing with her mother. Now, let us face it, we have never actually seen, witnessed any of the beatings actual. We only hear about it. We only hear that it's happening in the background. Suppose in real life it's not really happening. I suspect that these people would do anything to get more money and to get more people tuning in to their despicable antics. Now, I'm not saying it is so, but one thing is clear. The bad energy of all the people who supports Rosalee send through to her is what she feeds into. It is what encourages her, sustains her, and boosts her into finding more and more ways of going extra than she had done the day before. And those despicables who supports her feeds into it. So the energy feeds both ways. Until it has now become something that is totally out of control. Now, we have to ask ourselves, why is the mother not pressing charges? Is it that all those injuries, the sprained wrist, the cut on her temple, the cut on her on her forehead didn't actually happen? No, I'm not saying it didn't happen, I'm just looking at another possibility. Because why is the mother not pressing charges? Why is it that police had to let her go? Anyway, police would have to let her go because as far as I can remember, unless the law has changed, without a complainant, there cannot be an arrest. No matter what the person does, if there's no complainant, in cases like this, all when the police officers stand up and see you do the act, like injuring another person. If the injured person say, no, I'm not pressing charges, the police cannot arrest the person because it cannot go to a court with just because the policeman saw it. There needs to be a complainant who go to the doctor, get a doctor's certificate stating the injuries, and then come submit that to the courts and come into court and testify. So even if the mother had been actually injured, which she might have been, I don't know, even when the police took Rosalee into custody, once the mother not pressing charges, they have to let her go under Jamaican law. Let me make one thing clear though. The fans of Rosalee are not the one who turn her into that despicable and depraved individual that she is. She born like that. But they are the ones who make her act out her despicability in front of the world. If she was not getting traction from it, she would cut it down. She would stop it. Not that she would change. It's just that she would keep it in her mind and in her heart. But she would not have expressed it so openly. Because, as I said, she's who she is. And she can never be any better till the day she dead. That's what she is. For example, if you take Rosalee tomorrow morning to a country like, say, Singapore, for example, I can call many other names, but say Singapore, she would speak the most proper English you can find and behave in the most proper ways that is possible for a human to behave. But when you throw something as despicable as she into this environment and give her so much encouragement, that is what caused her to do it. So all of you old jagabat out there, if her mother really get boss ass, all of you who encourage it and watch it and relish it are the reasons for her being injured by this individual that she call her daughter. And I'm just keeping it real.